On Christmas Eve 1945, the Soda family home burned to ground. 5 children were inside. Their bodies were never found. Not a single bone, not a tooth, not a fragment of a skull. The fire was so hot, investigators say that it must have fermented them completely. But here is the problem. Cremation requires temperature over 1400 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. The soda house fire lasted only 45 minutes. The foundation was still standing, the basement was untouched, and in the robbery, investigators found the family piano with its wooden legs still intact. Wood burns at 500 degrees, so how do you burn 5 human skeletons to nothing but leave a piano? And later, I will tell you about the photograph that proved the children were still alive years after the fire. The Soda family was large. George and Jenny had 10 children. On Christmas Eve 1945, most of them were home. The oldest son, John, was in the army. Another son, George Jr., was also away, but the rest were there. Marion, 17, George, 16, Maurice, 14, Martha, 12, Louise, 10, Jenny, 8, Betty, 6, and Silver, 2. The family was normal. The family ate a late dinner around 10 p.m. The children hung their curtains on the mantle. Jenny told them to go to bed. George Sr. stayed up, smoking a cigarette and reading the newspaper. He later said he smelled smoke around 12:30 a.m. He went to check. The garage was fine. Then he looked up. The attic was on fire. Here is the first impossibility. John ran upstairs to wake the children. He found Marion, George, Maurice, and Martha in their bed. He shouted at them to get out. They seemed confused, groggy, as if drugged. He turned to get the younger children, but when he tried to go back up the stairs, they were already engulfed in flames. He ran outside. He tried to climb up the side of the house to reach the second floor window. No ladder. He ran to his truck. He had a ladder in the back, but the truck wouldn't start. The engine turned off and died. Dead battery. He ran to his oldest son's car. The car wouldn't start either. Dead battery. 2 cars, 2 dead batteries on the same night. When the firefighters arrived, they didn't pour water on the house. They stood and watched it burn. The fire chief later explained that they thought the house was a lost cause and they were saving water for other Christmas Eve emergencies. The house burned to ground. Next morning, the soldiers sifted through the ashes. They found the remains of the piano, the metal frame, the wooden legs partially sheared but still unrecognizable. They found the safe. The contents were intact, paper money inside, barely singed. They found the kitchen stove. The pots and the pans were still on the burners. What they did not find: bones, teeth, skulls, nothing. The fire chief told them the children had been cremated by the intense heat, but he said it was a miracle the piano legs survived, but bodies are different. The soldiers didn't believe him. They hired a private investigator. They brought in a cremation expert. The expert testified that a house fire could not reach temperature high enough to completely destroy a human skeleton, not in 45 minutes, not even in 4 hours. He said those children were not in that fire. Someone took them. The police refused to investigate further. They closed the case. The official cause of death for all 5 children died in fire, bodies consumed by flames. But then something happened that changed everything. In 1947, a woman walked into the Soda home. She was a stranger. She handed Jenny a piece of candy and a photograph. The photograph showed a little boy, about 10 years old, with a woman who looked like his mother. The boy had a distinctive feature, a mole in his cheek, just like Louis Soda. On the back of the photograph, someone had written, "Louis Soda, taken in 1947. He is still alive. Look for him in New York." Jenny Soda spent the rest of her life searching. The Sodas hired a private detective to go to New York. They hired another detective. He found a witness who claimed to have seen the children in a car the night of the fire, driving away from the house before the flames even started. Then they found the phone call. On the night of the fire, around 1 o'clock a.m., while the house was still burning, someone called the Soda home. A woman's voice. She asked for John, the eldest son, who was away in the army. Then, told he wasn't there, she said, "Oh, the poor children, they are gone, aren't they?" And she hung up. Who was she? How did she know the children were gone before the fire even went out? Then, in 1949, the soldiers received a letter, postmarked from Kentucky, no return address. The letter read, "Your children are alive. They are with me. They are happy. Do not search for them. If you do, I will kill them. The handwriting was neat, controlled. The paper was cheap. Now, let me walk you through the theories. Some of these come directly from the Sodas family's investigation. Theory 1. Accident and misidentification. The official theory: the children died in the fire, their bones were destroyed, and the family was in denial. But the cremation expert's testimony makes this nearly impossible. Human bones don't vaporize at the house fire temperature. They calcine, they turn white and brittle, leaving clearly identifiable fragments. The firefighters never found a single fragment. Theory 2. The Mafia. Joe Soda was an Italian immigrant. He had spoken against the Mussolini. He had publicly criticized the Italian government. Some believe that fascist sympathizers abducted the children as a revenge and staged the fire to cover their tracks. The dead car batteries support this. Someone could have cut the cables, then started the fire to prevent George from chasing them. Theory 3. The adaptation ring. Several witnesses in the 1950s claimed they saw a boy who looked like Maurice Soda in Texas. Another claimed to have seen Mattia working in a diner in Pennsylvania. The family followed every lead. Nothing. In 1968, a woman wrote to Jenny Soda. He said he had been raised by a woman who told him his real name was Louis Soda. He sent a photograph. The resemblance was strong. Jenny was too old to travel. She asked a friend to investigate. A friend found that the man had died in a car accident before they could meet. Theory 4. The most disturbing theory. This theory comes from a retired FBI agent who reviewed the case in the 1980s. He believed the children were taken by a ring of child traffickers operating out of West Virginia. The fire was a diversion. The dead batteries were sabotaged. The mysterious phone call was to confirm that the plan had worked. He also believed that the children were still alive, at least for a few years, and that the photograph of Louis in New York was genuine. But the traffickers threatened to kill them if the Sodas kept searching, and the Sodas kept searching. So what happened to Louis, to Maurice, to Martha, Marion, and George? The agent's answer was simple: they are dead. The letter says so. The Soda didn't stop, so the children paid the price. Jenny Soda never stopped believing. She kept a lamp burning in her living room window every night until her death in 1989. She said she was leaving the lights on for her children in case they ever come home. George died in 1968. His last words were, "The truth will come out." In 2000, the Soda's surviving children, the ones who escaped the fire, hired a forensic anthropologist to dig up the site of the old house. They shifted every grain of soil. They found pieces of glass, melted metal, and a single piece of bone. It was identified as a chicken bone. No human remains. Not a single fragment. The fire that couldn't burn piano legs was supposed to have vaporized 5 children. The car batteries that died simultaneously on the same night. The phone call from a woman who knew they were gone before the fire was out. The photograph of Louis alive 2 years later. The letter threatening death if they continue searching, and the lamp in the window burning for 50 years, waiting for ghosts that might have been living people. So the question is, do you believe that the 5 human bodies can be completely destroyed by a 45-minute house fire that left a wooden piano intact? Or do you believe that on Christmas Eve 1945, someone walked 5 children out of the back door of a burning house, drove them away in a car and left no tracks, and kept them hidden for long enough to take a photograph, and then when the searching couldn't stop, made them disappear forever?